finish them all in this session, that's okay. We can just start off where we left off in the next session. Okay. Yeah, because your teacher and your parents did request that we have multiple sessions until your grades go up, which is fine, don't worry. But yeah. So, are you ready? Okay. So I am just gonna first write down the problems that I have here onto this. So the first one is a systems of equations. It is 2x. Ooh, did I just break that? I might have broken it. Plus 9. I might have broken it. It's okay. Plus 5y equals 19. And x minus 2y equals negative 4. Okay, so do you have any idea how to solve this first? Okay, yeah, so we need to make one side, we need to choose a problem and make one side 0. Yeah. So you want to do which one? I'm going to give you a hint. One of them is way easier than the other. Okay. Yeah. The bottom one is the easier one to do. So we're going to focus on the bottom one. X minus 2y equals negative 4. Okay. So this is what we have. And do you know what the next step is? Yeah. So we have to get one of the variables alone, you're right. So we're gonna bring x over because that is the easiest one. Because actually no, we're not. We're gonna bring, I meant leave x alone, I'm sorry. We're gonna bring 2y over so that x is alone. So plus 2y. Do you know why we're adding 2y? Because it's a negative 2y, yeah. So we are going to be left with x equals negative 4 plus 2y. Okay. So now, do you know what our next step is? That's okay. So we are going to plug it in to the other equation now. So the equation we used was the x minus 2y equals negative 4. So now we're going to want to plug it in to this other one right here. 2x plus 5y equals 19. And to plug it in, we're just going to do 2 and then parentheses negative 4 plus 2y. Okay, and then plus 5y equals 19. Okay, and it's gonna look like this. Gonna look like this, right here. Right here. Okay. Okay. So now you just solve it the way you would any problem with only one variable. So, do you know how to do this with PEMDAS? Okay, so PEMDAS. Ready? I'm gonna write it on the side. Actually, I'm gonna grab a new marker for this. There's some in this desk. librarian set us up real good. They have like good tutoring session spaces so that you have a lot of materials and stuff like this. It's super helpful. Okay, so PEMDAS, okay. PEMDAS, okay. So the P in PEMDAS is the first one, so you go in order of these. So you go B, then E, then M, then D, then A, then S. Okay. So the P stands for parentheses. So for instance, this right here, up there, and this right here, all the stuff in there is what we have to do first, because those are what is in the parentheses. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot what the E stands for. I've never used those. I think they're for like the brackets. Not really sure. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's exponents, I think. Yeah. To be honest, I did take this class a couple years ago, so I am a little not refreshed on it, but I still know what I'm talking about. Don't worry. I've gotten a ton of people good grades in this class before. But anyway, and then so the P is parentheses, okay, and then the M is multiplication. I think the E is exponents, but I'm not gonna write it down just in case. But it's not important what we're doing right now, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Then the D is division, the A is addition, and the S is subtraction. So this is what it actually means, and this is the order that you're supposed to do it in. Okay, yeah. So with that, we're gonna do this problem. Let me just erase the PEMDAS. Okay. And I think I'm gonna switch to this black marker that I pulled out, because this one, actually let me try this one a little bit more, but I kinda ruined it. But okay, so to do the parentheses first, we're gonna do -4 plus 2y. Okay. So we're gonna have to multiply that by the 2 on the outside of the parentheses. Okay, perfect. So then y equals 3. Perfect. So now we know what the y value is. And we're not done yet because we still need to get that x value that is just as important as the y value. So this is 1/2 of the answer. But we need the other half, so I'm gonna erase this in between work, okay? And I'm probably gonna erase it from here to here, and we're gonna try to figure out the rest of it, okay? Okay, so now do you know what we do next? Okay, so next we plug in the y equals 3 to either of these. Either of these. So, I think that the easier one to do would be x minus 2y equals -4, because that is a simpler equation and there's already the x alone. So x minus 2 parentheses 3 equals -4 is what we have so far. Okay. So first we're gonna do PEMDAS parentheses 2 times 3. So x minus, let's do times 3. 6, good job. Minus 6 equals -4. So this already is getting so easy, so we just have to finish solving this, which isn't hard. Do you know what comes next? Yeah, we have to add the 6 onto the other side. So we're gonna do plus 6 on both sides. So on this side, and now just equals x, because the 6's cancel out. And then on the other side, it equals, what's -4 plus 6? 2. Yep, perfect. So it's x equals 2 and y equals 3. Perfect. Good job. You did really, really good. Yeah, that was great. I think we have time for another problem, definitely. Okay, so we're gonna try another systems of equations, okay? Just to make sure that you really got the hang of it. And then I think in our next tutoring session, we might try some of the other problems I wrote down. But if this goes by super quick, we can do another. Okay, our next system of equations is 4x plus 2y equals 14 and 3x minus 5y equals -22. Let me make sure I wrote that down right, because I was looking at it weird. 4x plus 2y equals 14 and 3x minus 5y equals -22. Yep, that's good. So this is our problem so far. So we need to pick one that we can solve for an initial variable of. So which one do you want to do first? Okay. Yeah. The top one is easier to do first because 2 is divisible by 14, so are we gonna write down? 3x minus 5 times 7 minus 2x equals negative 22. And by times, I mean in the parentheses. So, okay. So now, what's the first thing we do? The parentheses again. 3x minus 5 times 7. 35. Good. And 5. What's a negative 5 times negative 2? Because there it's a minus 5. So what is negative 5? Times negative 2. Okay, perfect. Plus 10x equals negative 22. Okay, and now our next step, combine like terms. Perfect. You are really getting the hang of this. I'm proud. So, to combine like terms, we're going to add together the 3x plus 10x, which gives 13x. Good job. 13x. And then we are going to add the 35 to the negative 22. So that is 13x equals negative 22 plus 35, which is 13. Amazing. So, what does x equal? Amazing. X equals 1. So I'm just gonna write it in up top and use the other one in a different color so that we can plug it in and get the y. Okay. So, lastly, which one would you like to plug it into? The first one or the bottom one? The first one, yeah. Again, the numbers are like easier to use, so it's probably just gonna be easier. So 4, 1 plus 2y equals 14. So what does this turn into? 4 plus 2y equals 14. Amazing. 4 plus 2y equals 14. And what do we do next? Put the 4 on the other side. You are doing so good. So to do that, we subtract it. Okay. So 14 minus 4. So this cancels out on this side, and then on the other side it is 10. Perfect. So 2y equals 10. So what do? We divide the 2 on both sides, and we get y equals 5. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. You did amazing. Let me just write the answer up top. Okay. Perfect. So I wanted to do those ones first because we only had 25 minutes, so our time's already almost out. But your teacher told me that the next test you're doing is on systems of equations. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you should probably pay better attention to that. Maybe that's why you're not doing great. But you paid attention to me, so I'm pretty glad, and I'm sure you'll do great on it. So, yeah, I think that you'll be set for this test. If you need some extra practice beforehand, my email should come to you in another email from your teacher or from me. I'm not sure. You do get a summary of like our tutoring session, so I usually send it to the teachers, but I'm not sure if she will forward it to you or if she will send you her own summary of it. But you will get my email in with it. So if you want another session before the test, it's on Friday, I believe. If you want another before then, you can reach out to me from my email. If not, I think we will meet again in a week. next time.